mock that we shall react to is from Whitaker. Shout out to Whitaker. All right. So with Whitaker, first round, 17th overall, he went with Joey Porter Jr. at 32. Anton Harrison at 49. Luke Musgrave, the tight end out of Oregon State. At third round, Garrett Williams, the corner from Syracuse. At 120, Michael Wilson, wide receiver from Stanford. First pick in our first 7th round pick went with Muhammad Ibrahim, the running back out of Minnesota. And then to end it for us in the 7th, DJ Dale, the interior D lineman from Bama. Now, with most of these names up here, we've already talked about them. When you're talking JPJ, we know JPJ really well. Very long corner, man, rangy, really good ball skills in terms of PBUs. Not a lot of turnovers. We said one career pick. Anton Harrison, like him a lot. Big body dude from Oklahoma. Part of that group of the Skoronskis, the Paris Johnsons, the Broderick Jones type. I definitely like him, though, man. Luke Musgrave. You know y'all got me on my double tight end sets now. Double tight end sets. And Luke is definitely one of those dudes, man, that is athletic, man, that can definitely do some stuff in terms of route running and just ball in his hands. Garrett Williams coming off the ACL injury, but if it wasn't for that, this dude would be talked about a lot more in terms of draft stock and stuff like that. Michael Wilson, vertical receiver, man. Feast or famine. He's your 50-50 ball. Does a good job in terms of combat catching, back shoulder stuff. Also does a good job in terms of once he gets that ball in his hands, showing off some of that top end speed. Not necessarily elusive, make you miss quickly, but if he gets that ball and he gets north and south, think kind of like a Martavis. He can go. So I did like that about him. Thought he was a little bit limited with his route tree. Didn't see a ton of digs, in breaking stuff. It was, like I said, it was more so verts and stops, back shoulders. And he wasn't very explosive when I did see him running some of those in-breaking routes in terms of just getting in and out of his breaks. So separation at the NFL level could have some issues there, but he's a combat catch guy, so that's where he was living. And then with Mo Ibrahim, smooth little running back, man, out of Minnesota. I low-key like this game, though. Good vision, good contact balance. Thought he had a decent burst, not like crazy. Like I didn't think it was like 4.2, 4.3 fast, but it was still decent. The contact balance and the vision really stood out to me the most, though. But I think he was a good player. Not a big dude either, though. That's the other part when I was looking at him. And then DJ Dale. DJ Dale is just massive. D tackle, nose tackle, like a short area quickness. Could play the 3 technique, the 1 technique, or nose tackle. Disruptive at times as a pass rusher. They used him in the games in terms of like pass rush stunts, but he was always the penetrator, always the first guy to go. Somebody else would loop behind him. So he's good there. Plays a little bit high at times. More of a rotational guy when he was at Bama. Like he still played a good amount, but he was the sub-in guy. He wasn't the starter. So that part. And then I just thought, like I said, technique, he could be a little more consistent, but that is probably why he was rotating versus being a full-time starter while he was down there. But yeah, I mean, in terms of this draft, corner, little tackle, tight end, another corner, wide receiver. Not the biggest fan of the running back move, but other than that, though, I ain't hating it. I like this, though. I think it's got potential.
Him taking a running back
I just don't like the
has
running
me
back.
thinking, I mean, are we going to take a running back maybe? We don't bring back Snow.
Ooh.
McFarland? I guess
because right now it's McFarland, Warren, and Naj.
We might.
One for the practice squad.
Yeah, we might bring in
It
someone
was
with
weird.
competition for McFarland.
Muhammad Ibrahim was giving me, like, I just like, yo, you like Jalen Warren to me. But I think Jalen's more explosive. I like Jalen a little bit better. But, like, I like his vision, though. He's definitely a really put-together running back. Yeah, I was a little surprised when I saw running back, though.
Yeah, you wonder if he could play special teams. That's what I'm thinking. The tight end pick. Like the concept, I don't like the player.
Ooh, of the other ones, yeah. Yeah.
For tight end 2, yeah, and I'm assuming he would have been available in this PFF. Give me Darnell Washington.
I'm with you. Yep.
Because you're getting better blocking.
Yep.
And this Musgrave dude, he is athletic. there's just not much production from him, if I'm being honest. I don't know if he's as crisp a route runner as, like a dude like Michael Mayer, or even on Kincaid's level. And then he just doesn't give me splash after the ball. He's just getting tackled. Like I'm not seeing Gronk type of just crazy. Even Muth, like that's why they were calling him Baby Muth at Penn State. Dude would get the ball and just be running over people. Musgrave, for his size, I'm just like, I need a little more. I need a little more dog.
Yeah.
I just didn't see it. I like the concepts though here. I just don't know if I like the players. Like I don't like Wilson either as a receiver. Not much production at Stanford. And you're right. Just left more to be desired. He's making some really nice combat catches. Like you toss it up to him, he could high point it well. Yeah. But man, for the amount of time he's missed, and then I don't even think he has over 500 yards on a season. I'm like, damn, give me that Tank Dell dude over him. But then the combination of Porter, Garrett Williams, I really love. They could be like your two franchise corners down the line.
That's a steal because we talked about with Garrett. We're like, Garrett has first-round talent.
Yeah,
he's
Garrett
just coming off of
chill
injury
for this year a little bit. You got Peterson. And then, your second-round pick with Harrison. Yeah. Fine, have him come in, compete with Dan Moore. Maybe he could be a long-term solution for you. So I like the concepts of this draft. I'd swap out some players, though. I like the thought process.
Nah, shout out though. Yeah, I'm with you though, man. This is a good one. This is a good starter one right here. Shout out to Whitaker. All right, you ready to go to the next one then?
Yeah.
All right, let's tap in. This next one is from Rob Welton. Shout out to Rob Welton as well. So in the first round, he goes Paris Johnson Jr. 32 overall. He wins with Captain Jack. Shout out to Jack Campbell, inside linebacker out of Iowa. At 49, Darnell Washington, the tight end we were just talking about. Then at 80 in the third round, Garrett Williams. Oh, you cooking over here. He gave me Kobe Turner in the fourth, 120 overall out of Wake Forest. Then he spent the block in the seventh round, gave me Mo Ibrahim. I definitely like that version a lot better. And then also in the seventh round, went with the safety out of Iowa, Kavon Merriweather. Let me take a sip before we talk about this one because I low-key just got excited.
I like this one, too. I like it better than the last one. I just feel like as I'm looking through both of these mocks, we're a free agent move or two away for, like, full clarification.
Yeah. I'm with you on that. The beauty is, though, we don't know when they're going to make them moves or if they're going to make them moves.
Yeah, it's almost like you need to send in a side note and say, like, oh, we pick up a free agent receiver.
Some people they were like, hey, I sent in my draft before we did Isaac. And I was like, It was like, you sub this guy out. I'm like, I see what you mean there. But in terms of Rob Welton, his draft, some of these players, man, when you talk Paris Johnson, Paris is viewed as either the number 2 or number 3 tackle prospect, so we get it. Jack Campbell, love his physicality, tested even better at the combines from an athletic perspective. I just wonder, do I still need... Well, I guess I do still need it, though, right now, because I lost 3. And I only brought back 2. So, yeah, Jack coming back, or Jack getting drafted would work. Yeah, since I lost Spillane, Miles Jack, and Devin Bush, and I only brought in Landon Roberts and Cole Holcomb. So, yeah, I mean, you're still keeping that 3-headed monster element going. Darnell Washington, love that at 49. Garrett Williams at 80 overall, love that. Kobe Turner. Shout out to Kobe Turner, man. Kobe's just a little undersized. But you talk about a super explosive 3 technique who is getting off that ball with elite change of direction. That's Kobe, man. That is Kobe. Very, very consistent with his burst. This dude plays so hard too, man. Like, I like his game, man. Transfer from Richmond to Wake Forest. They said the big thing for me is just he's slightly undersized. He reminds me, he looks like Aaron Donald and Kalijah Cansey types, but those dudes are a little bit, or not a little bit, just more dominant versus the run versus the pass. Whereas when I look at Kobe, it flashes, but it's not there on a plain and plow basis, especially with him being as small as he is. But I like his game. Dang, I like how he plays the game, man. We obviously just talked about Mo Ibrahim, the running back from Minnesota. And then Kavon Merriweather. Kavon was interesting to me. I like his instincts. I like his quicks a lot. I think when you're talking about him finding the alley and filling the alley versus some of the runs on the perimeter when you're out by the wide receivers and stuff, he finds the angle consistently. I do like that, and I think he's a short tackler. I did have some questions about his athleticism, though. like in terms of him having to play in space, some guys, to me, just watching him, I think he's more special teamer. And maybe you get out of a stadium in a 3 safety role or a package. I don't personally like him as like a guy that's going to be playing a lot out there. But to me, I do think he's, he gives you special teams value, though. I do like that with him.
Yeah, 7th round pick.
Yeah.
He's taking shots in the dark here.
Yeah. As my Jesse's, we're gonna be real versed in our 7th and 6th and our undrafted free agents. You know how we do.
What did you think of this then?
I liked it more than last one.
I do too. The thing for me is, if you're taking linebacker, I want one of the athletic guys at this point.
I'm with you. I'm like, we got 3 thumpers. These are all 3 the same, man.
Now, would I be surprised if we just double down and take a Jack Campbell and combine him with the 2 dudes we already have? I wouldn't be surprised.
The most physical front 7. The most physical.
Yeah. I would want Trenton Simpson or Drew Sanders, though. Yeah, we're taking linebacker. And I think both of them are typically available on these PFF mocks. Like the Darnell Washington pick, Garrett Williams. The question I have with Garrett Williams, though, what else are we doing at cornerback? Because I don't know if he's going to be available early on.
Yeah. Well, if you're keeping Akello.
I guess.
If you're keeping it, because he's still on the roster right now. It's not that we got to go spend it.
I guess.
Yeah. So as long as he's here, then Garrett is your 4th guy.
And it looks like Garrett could play some slot.
Mm-hmm. Garrett
Paris
nice,
Johnson.
Bro. If Garrett's healthy, Garrett nice.
Paris Johnson, yeah, good player. That's your tackle pick. I'd be a little bummed. I want either Broderick or Skoronski.
Yeah, that's
in the first round.
Paris, man, after watching Paris struggle with some of that speed, that got me a little gunshot on him, man. Because in the NFL, that's what we throwing. We want flamethrowers out there. Give me something that's gonna make this thing go into the deep end of the pool with no life vest on. Yeah.
I like this one a little bit better than the last one.
Yeah. I'm just mad, man. I can't have Kobe. Man, I need Kobe to fit this 3-4. He does not fit this 3-4. Kobe is a 4-3 dude, but I love his game. Like, love his tape, man. I was watching him, man. I got lost watching his tape. I was like, I just watched this for all day. Like, he plays it right, plays it hard. Just undersized. It happens, man. It happens.
I like his game, too.
Yeah, definitely happens, though. All right, but shout out to Rob Welton. All right, and now for the final one that we're going to talk about today. Jeruski. What up, Drew Miller? Holla at your boy, player. Now, this one, it's a little interesting. He goes Brian Branch, safety in the 1st, 17th overall. Cam.
Am I wrong, but does Trenton Simpson look like TG here?
In terms of his picture, he do, bro. He got the serious face. Question is he on that T-Mobile like TG is in this picture? He in college. He probably on that T-Mobile. He in college right now.
Hey, so not only that, there was a great comment from the last mock. Drew's Blues 2001 says, Jack Campbell looks like a retired Hall of Famer in that picture. Dang. True. He looked like he's 45.
He did look
and did
old,
about
bro.
13 years in the league.
And smoked about 40 packs of cigs. Yeah, he had that look on him, bro. He definitely had that look. What? See? Nah, every time I look at these dudes, I'll be thinking of this. This is bad.
We're taking TG in round 2.
This is bad, bro. All right, so Brian Branch was who we got in the 1st round, 17th overall. Cam Smith, 32nd overall, the corner out of South Carolina. TG, a.k.a. Trenton Simpson, the linebacker out of Clemson with the 49th overall selection. Went with Nathaniel, a.k.a. Tank Dale, the wide receiver out of Houston in the 3rd. Isaiah McGuire, the DN from or edge rusher out of Missouri. I like his game too, man. 4th rounder, 128th overall. My quarterback. Remember when we talked about who's our like the dark horse or the unsung guy, and I was like, Stetson's my guy. I just claimed him. Stetson. Okay. All right. So we did draft Stetson. Stetson Bennett, shout out to that. All right. So I instantly love this draft because Stetson Bennett's in the draft. Okay. And then I actually like this flyer a lot. Brenton Strange in the 7th, the tight end out of Penn State. All right.
Yeah, I don't mind that either.
Yeah, let's talk about it. All right, so Brian Branch, we know Brian Branch, man, athletic, versatile. We say he's essentially the Tyrann Mathieu of this class at safety. Love pairing that with Minka. I don't know how I like it now that we have Casey back because I do feel like there's some similarities there. But Brian Branch is a heck of a player, man. Cam Smith, when I talked about him, man, he reminds me of Cam Sutton. extremely smart player, man. Could play inside, could play outside. Was going to tackle you. Checks off a ton of boxes. Was a very productive player too down there at South Carolina. Excuse me. So yeah, definitely like him. Yeah, I like his tape, bro. I definitely like him. And then Trenton Simpson, we talked about him, man. Super rangy, athletic, off-ball linebacker. Little undersized, but you can see how he moves. And obviously we know that the Steelers have been linked to him, whether it was the combine meetings and then pro day showing up in meetings as well. So whenever you get those two correlations, antennas definitely go up. So he's certainly on the radar. Nathaniel Dell, a.k.a. Tank. Love this dude. The speedy receiver, creates separation and has run after. Yeah. I like him a lot. Isaiah McGuire. Isaiah is a big body, long DN. He truly he's a 4-3 DN guy. Really reminds me of, I don't know if you know this dude, Cliff Averill, played with Seattle Seahawks. He puts me in the mind of him, man, in terms of how he rushed the passer. Explosive out his stance, could bend well. I personally think that he's too big to play in our defense in terms of standing him up and having him doing some of the dropping stuff. If we designated a rusher and a coverage linebacker, I would love him here because of the size he plays with, the heavy hands. He can win rushing outside or inside, but not a speed rush guy. He wins with the outside hand knockdown, or he has a smooth inside rush that he does. But I just don't think he fits a 3-4 like that, where he's gonna have to drop like how we do.
That was my big takeaway with him. Smooth.
Yeah, I like his game though, bro. I definitely like his game. Stetson Bennett, come on, man. This is Mr. National Champion. This is Mr. Turn Up Culture. This is Mr. Do what he got to do. You know what I'm saying? He was underrated, and then he had to overcome the odds, and then he did what he's supposed to have done, and he lit it up at the combine too. Since I know TG always bring up AR-15 and what he did at the combine. Stetson had a dope combine too. Nobody let's talk about Stetson's combine. Stetson was all right? So I definitely like that. But Brenton Strange, I like this flyer.
Pairing back with Muth.
Man, big upside in terms of receiving ability, run out the catch ability. He give me Darren Waller vibes, low key. He just, the blocking got to improve. That definitely has to improve. But in terms of like what he's capable of, like his ceiling, I think he has a really high ceiling in terms of just like his ability to create separation, his ability to combat catch. It was weird that when I watched him at Penn State, some of the games I was watching of him, they rarely would have him inline tight end. It was usually he's out in the slot or he's off ball. He was the move guy. But it's weird because of how big he is. He looks like he's supposed to be like a Gentry type. Put him on the point.
Right.
So with that, you love the upside of could he develop into a blocker, but
we need a blocker now.
Yeah, we need a blocker. And that's why I like Darnell Washington more. I think Brenton is a better route runner than Darnell Washington, but what Darnell brings in terms of his receiving with his elite level blocking, to me, I would much rather go that route if I'm going big body dudes like that. But Brenton, though, man, he has upside, though. Like I said, because the receiving ability
versus Darnell, you're taking second round potentially.
Yeah, now. And that's the big difference. One, you don't have these questions. Brenton, I'm watching him on tape, and I'm saying to myself, I love the route running. That's cool, but at the NFL, somebody gonna put hands on that man, and that's where he's gonna have to respond. And how does he answer that? That was my big question with him. How well is his blocking, and how physical is this guy gonna be in that vein? Because I don't think he's as dynamic like a Kyle Pitts where you could just say you're exclusively the sexy tight end that's going to run routes. I don't think that he does it to that level just yet. So if you're not, you're going to have to be able to do some of this dirty work.
For sure.
Yeah, that's just the part. I don't know if you're going to want that.
Yeah, it could be worth a flyer late, though.
Yeah.
Man, I weirdly like this one.
I low-key do, too.
Put Brian Branch in the slot.
This too, bro. I like this one. I like this one.
Have Cam Smith develop under Peterson.
I like this one.
Trenton Simpson is your third inside linebacker.
You got Tank Dell, bro.
Yeah.
We got Tank and Stetson been in the same draft. You like Tank, I like Stetson.
I need the side note of we address left tackle somehow, somewhere in free agency and bring in a Dan Moore competition guy. That's really it.
I like this.
That's the only thing that's glaringly missing compared to most of these other mocks is just left tackle.
And you can make a case Tank at 80 overall versus Tank or Nathaniel Dell at 120. I think you can make a case there. But if you like him,
I think if the Steelers are taking him,
if you like him, you get him.
Any of these whatever receiver we're taking, any of these middle rounds, let's just not question it.
Yeah, if you like him,
whoever
go get him.
It is.
Yeah, if you like him, go get him, man.
It's gonna probably be good.
Yeah, and we like the correlation to Nathaniel Dell to Calvin Austin because Calvin was a speedy receiver, but we haven't seen a rep. We know he's fast. We know he played at Memphis, but we haven't seen him produce NFL just yet because he was hurt. So Tank Dell, essentially you hedge that bet one way or the other. Both of these dudes have return man skills on tape. Both of these dudes have, been really good receivers on tape where they played at, but we want to see can either one transition to the NFL level where it is a bigger difference. So yeah, I like this one a lot though. Are we going Drew Miller? All right, let's one last flip through. We got Drew Miller. Okay. Got the Rob Welton one where he went Paris Johnson, Jack Campbell, Darnell Washington, Garrett Williams, Kobe Turner, Muhammad Ibrahim, and Kevon Mayweather.
Man, I'm good with that one if you just switch Campbell for Simpson or Sanders.
I like that.
I might still keep that one as the top one.
This guy Kobe, I like Kobe's game. I like Kobe's game a lot. Oh, and then we got Whitaker. Whitaker got me with JPJ. Hits that heartstring, that bloodline. It matters. Anton Harrison. So we upgraded the tackle spot at least. We got that addressed. Luke. I know you weren't the fan of Luke, but Garrett loved that. Michael, we felt the same. Muhammad, man, he was on a couple of these now. Shout out to Muhammad. And then DJ Dale.
I think I'm going to stick with the last one.
You going to the last one. The Drew Miller.
Yeah, with Brian
Drew
Branch.
Miller's tough.
I'm gonna stick with that one.
Cause I just
Drew
think we
and
Rob.
We just got ball players out there.
Yeah, that's what I was like. This is just
dogs.
Age
really well.
yes. Like I feel like Rob had the better fits, but I think Drew has the better talent. Yeah, I like it then, man. I like it.
That's my